Their directive is to AI-ify the company, right? Like, what is that? If you're an engineer and you're getting hired in and your directive is to AI-ify, you're like, okay, what, right? Like, that's a really hard spot to be in. And so like, you can come in, have an initial application within your existing workflows that automates something that has an AI workflow. Like all of a sudden now you have an existing work stream where you're like, hey, you're gonna come work on this project, and then some engineers from this project are gonna go work on the next one as that's on our roadmap next quarter. It's a much more comfortable place to land from a talent perspective. So
if you think of the engineer's mindset, right, they're thinking about, what do I get to build out of this opportunity? And
it's their time, man. It's
very precious, right? And it's like, how does that go on my resume? How does that look at it? Not everyone is motivated the same way, but that definitely is an important consideration. How does this look on my profile in the next 5 years, right? And they're coming in and you're saying, you want to AI-ify the company, and maybe you have some budget allocated, but you're not telling the engineers what you want them to do. And they're not going to be good at telling you what you should do. Right.
Because if they're great engineers, they're probably not, because they've spent years and years mastering the craft. Right.
Exactly. And then if you're not sure about what your strategy is, and you send them in a few directions, and then you reject those just when it starts making progress, which is what happens, right? You happen to reprioritize because you don't know what your focus is. They're going to be really frustrated because I set out building this, like I got emotionally attached to it. I invested my time, my hours into it, and now it's scrapped. So you don't want to be in that position, which is why you spend the time to figure out what the strategy is, what's most important to you, what creates the most impact on your top line or bottom line from a KPI standpoint. You set some projects in motion and you show your commitment to that.